across the timeline, and this is in the books. Maldonado knocks it down. Jalen House comes back to get the ball. We'll bring it across the timeline. Wyoming backs off. No fouls. Final 5 seconds come off the clock. House hurls the ball toward the rafters, and there's the horn. Lobos 75, Wyoming 66. New Mexico knocks off number 22, Wyoming in Albuquerque. The student section is on the court celebrating with the Lobos, and good for them. This is a huge win for Coach Pitino and his team.
They deserve it. They've worked hard. Came so close at Wyoming. They get it done here in the pit.
Wyoming, for just a very brief moment, early in the second half, Hunter, they had a chance potentially to take control of the game. They were up by 7 at the 15:30 mark, 41-34. Coach Pitino settled his team, and the Lobos were able to come back, and they win it going away at the finish, 75-66. Their first win over ranked opponent in 3 years. How about that?
That's huge. That's huge. And I tell you what, everybody contributed. Jordan Arroyo, the walk-on comes in, plays valuable minutes guarding possibly the best big in the conference.
Look at the smile on Sebastian Forsling's face.
The minutes he played, he's guarding Ike like,
he had 3 blocks on Ike in single coverage in man-to-man defense.
It took everybody, and everybody contributed, played their role. Wow, good win.
I love the student section coming out to celebrate with the
Lobos.
Been a while. That's just awesome. All right, we take our first time out post-game. We come back, and we get to celebrate a Lobo win over number 22, Wyoming. 75-66. Lobos knock off the 22nd ranked Cowboys. Back after this break. Lobo basketball, the UNM Sports Radio Network. Welcome into your Lobo basketball postgame show, brought to you by the Albuquerque Downs Racetrack and Casino. Winning entertainment, including simulcast racing, live music, dining, the best games, and more. It's the Albuquerque Downs Racetrack and Casino. There's only been one other as sweet as this one this season, and that was when the Lobos put 101 on the rival Aggies in Cruces to beat them in the Pan Am Center for Coach Pitino's first victory over the folks down south. New Mexico takes out number 22 Wyoming in the pit, ends their 6-game winning streak. Their ranking, their first since 2015, their highest since 1988, and UNM says, so what? And beats them 75-66 in the pit. And all those numbers about how tough it is to be ranked and come into the pit, they bear themselves out here tonight, Hunter. And that's a signature win for Coach Pitino and his young Lobos.
And this is a rebuilding year, but I tell you what, anytime you come into the pit with a ranking, you better come prepared for a dogfight. New Mexico, I tell you, they played their hearts out. Everyone contributed in this game, and I'm just happy for the team and for the fans that showed up. This was fun.
You know what? I posted after a big game, prior to the Lobos going to San Diego State, leading up to that game, that I felt like we were watching a young Jalen House grow up before our eyes. And lo and behold, I probably jinxed him because he had one of his toughest games of the year. The strength and size and length and athleticism of San Diego State was tough on Jalen House. And, man, did he get down? Did he lose confidence? The answer, definitively no, because he comes back, he throws 42 at Air Force on the road in Clune, and the Lobos score 91 when the team that they beat that night, the Falcons, had only given up at most 75 in a game prior to that. And he comes back in the next D1 game after that, because the Lobos played an NAI school in between. He throws down a masterpiece, 34, to knock off 22nd ranked Wyoming in the pit. This young man is special.
Yeah, and you can see him just growing before our eyes. He's getting better. Not just him, the whole team. Forsling. What about Forsling, the freshman? Coming in, just defense. Didn't give you much offensively. 3 block shots. I thought he kind of shut Ike down in the first half.
So many wonderful stories. In fact, Ike only had 2 first-half points. The New Mexico Public Regulation Commission reminds you, always call 811 before you dig, regardless if the project is small or big. Now, it allows underground utilities to be marked and identified. All damages are preventable. They begin with calling 811 at least 2 business days before digging. It's simple, it's free, and it's required by law. Okay, we take our first post-game timeout. We're going to hear from Coach Pitino. We'll hear from a victorious Lobo. We'll definitely hear one of our top highlights from tonight's contest. All that still to come courtside. We're live post-game in the pit. Lobos knock off 22nd ranked Wyoming 75-66 on the UW Sports Radio Network. We're back courtside in the pit post-game show presented by Albuquerque Downs Racetrack and Casino, winning entertainment including simulcast racing, live music, dining, the best games, and more. The Albuquerque Downs Racetrack and Casino. Final score, Lobos 75, number 22 Wyoming 66. And we're privileged to be joined by the head coach of Lobo basketball, Richard Pitino. Coach Pitino, what a massive win for your team, for your program. Congratulations, Coach.
Yeah, proud of our guys. I mean, Wyoming is a terrific team. They're hard to guard. I thought that was the first time where our offense wasn't awesome and we just found a way to get stops. They're very, very efficient offensively. First half, we were terrific defensively. And we kept talking about we have to rebound. And to be able to be +1 was great. Uncharacteristic turnovers, but I tell you what, House made some big shots at the end. J. Allen Tovar made a huge 3. KJ Jenkins made a huge 3. So proud of our guys. Thank you to our fans. That was awesome of them. I know I say it over and over again, the obstacles put in front of them, but it was great to see the pit alive again.
Coach, congratulations. And I tell you, I think you pointed out, the defense is really what carried you. I mean, when we talked about this off the air, Jeffries missing that shot. I mean, he's 1 of 7 for 3 line. This kid's shooting 45% from the 3. I mean, I thought you guys did a great job defensively. Talk about in the second half when you guys, because in the first half you guys doubled down a lot, and then you kind of went away from that in the second half. Why was that?
Well, Saquon on Maldonado was really good.
Yes.
I think that's the only way you can really guard him is to have a big guard like that. He didn't play last time we played him, so that hurt us definitely. A little bit, there was times we were supposed to trap, and our guys were like, I don't want to give up a 3. And when you're away from your basket, it's a little bit harder. We had a little bit more control by our basket. So
we noticed that in the second half. You weren't sitting. We're like, how come they're not doubling down?
And then the other problem was, like, we were trying to guard Ike one-on-one when Sebastian was in the game because he was really good. Then when J. Allen Tovar was in the game, we needed to be better. But
it worked out. It worked out.
Okay, Coach, I have to bring this up because periodically, and it's something that you've focused on from the beginning of the year, is can we win a game that turns into a rock fight? And occasionally I've asked, and you've always said, I don't know. I just haven't seen it. You just said that your team was able to do it tonight. How are they able to do it when, it wasn't an offensive show?
You asked me during the pregame, and I almost dismissed you like, what a stupid question. The defense will never be fixed. But that's – I needed to see that. I need to see that during practice. The key to, like, when you play a team second time around is knowing all their tendencies. I thought our staff did a great job with the prep. We did a great job of simulating what they're doing. And also playing them second time around was probably a little bit more comfortable knowing what they're going to do.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's what I was talking about. I mean, both teams, I thought, knew exactly what one another was going to do, but this guy behind you is hard to guard. I mean, he is that X factor in terms of you just don't know. I mean, you try to keep him out of the paint, and they did a good job in the first half. That's where I think House had most of his turnovers were charges or, getting in the paint and not having anywhere to go because they collapsed on him.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he kind of took over there offensively. We were sputtering a little bit, and he's when you have a good guard like that can go and can make plays, it's big. So
how do you draw up a defense to stop House?
Sometimes you just run a high ball screen and you try not to overthink it too much, and that's what we were doing.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody in the league has shot more free throws in a game than they have, and you guys didn't, but you basically made it a wash after they won the game at the foul line in Laramie. How did that happen?
I thought we were just more prepared for the way that they play. I mean, they do a great job drawing fouls. We played pretty good post defense without fouling. Like I said, that was a rock fight. We have not been able to win one. Hopefully we can grow off that.
How does Forsley, I mean, he just grew up right in front of us. I mean, the defense, he didn't check a lot of those other boxes, scoring and all, but 3 block shots. I mean, I thought he played Ike straight up. He only held. I mean, Ike only had 2 first-half points.
Size is huge, as we all know, in defense, and he was terrific. He when his offense comes on, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
He's a great kid,
Yeah.
Proud of his effort.
Works hard.
Yeah, works his butt off.
Coach Pitino, congratulations.
Thank
job,
you.
Coach.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Lobo head coach Richard Pitino, our guest. All right, we're going to take our final timeout. We come back with the star of tonight's game, Lobo point guard Jalen House. That's next. New Mexico 75, Wyoming 66. Stay with us. Lobo basketball on the UNM Sports Radio Network. Jalen House finishes the night with 34 on 12 of 21 floor, 4 of 7 arc, 6 of 6 foul line, 5 boards, 6 assists. You're locked into the Albuquerque Downs Racetrack and Casino post-game show, winning entertainment, simulcast racing, live music, down to the best games and more. The Albuquerque Downs Racetrack and Casino. Final segment post-game, we have the Lobo star tonight, Jalen House, with us in the 75-66 win over 22nd ranked Wyoming. Jalen, congratulations. Thanks for being with us here courtside. And what did that feel like tonight? This pit was alive.
I mean, it felt good, We finally got a big-time win on our court. We kind of been dragging a little bit, I would say, not getting wins, playing soft. So I think tonight was a great step in the right direction.
Well, there's so many good things I could point out, but one of the things I really watched your growth tonight in terms of the matchups. When you had someone on you like a big, you either took them off the dribble or you shot your jump shot. I mean, you had Ike on you, and every time you just pulled up and knocked it down, whether it was a 2 or a 3. So you could just see their maturation out there tonight from the beginning of the year. I mean, we've watched you all year,
Thank you.
but you're really starting to figure out when to do what. I mean, there's times when you kind of get a little crazy sometimes, but that's you. And that's just how you play. But it's fun to watch when we enjoyed it, and you did a great job tonight.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, man.
So let's go to the start of the second half. And in the first 4 to 5 minutes, they stretch the lead out to 7 points. Take us through the process of getting back in the game and then obviously taking over the game down the stretch.
I mean, just staying the court, staying locked in, trying to play defense, trying to lock down Maldonado and Ike. I know Ike, he had a better second half, but for the most part, I think we did a pretty good job on their 2 best players. And, just getting my number called by my coach and him believing in me, going out there and doing my thing.
How about your bigs? I mean, Forsling didn't have a lot of points, didn't score, but I mean he did
great defense.
Exactly,
he was locking him
3
up today.
blocks. I mean, he did a great job, and then of course your roomie, Tovar. I mean, I don't know what happened. Sprained his left ankle, but he stayed in the game. He stayed in the course, and I thought he came up big.
I think they played really good today. Sebastian, his minutes are spotty. So just to be able to be locked in for this game and take on this big task, and Jay. He
what happened to his ankle?
I think he just sprained it, tweaked it
Rolled
a little bit. Yeah, I have no idea,
Okay.
but that shot he hit at the end, that was big time. We needed that. That was the dagger for real.
Huge 3 ball. And I can remember at the beginning of the year, the 3 wasn't going down for him. You look down now, coming into this game, your roommate
37% or something like that. ain't he?
in conference.
In conference play, he came in 14 of 28. 50% in conference games.
From 3?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
from
that's
3.
good money.
That's crazy good.
No, that is crazy good.
Yeah, he's knocking them down. And part of it is you're setting him up. I mean, he's got all that time over there. I mean, you're drawing all this attention and you're kicking it to
Because
him.
they're all trying to sit in my lap.
Yeah.
So, everybody just got to be a recipient.
So defending this team is so tough.
Oh, man.
They have these 2 incredible post players. I watched you practice all week getting ready for this. How did you guys execute the plan?
I mean, I think we did a pretty good job, except in the second half, a little later. But it's an easy prep. We just had Say beat Maldonado, and Say was kind of tearing us up all week in practice. So Coach was getting mad about that. And then Say was guarding Maldonado.
Yeah.
So
he took on the
was
challenge.
The claw tonight.
Yes, he
you feel me?
was.
So I'm glad Say got to come in and lock him up because he didn't get to play last game.
Yeah.
We got a nickname being born right here.
Claw, yeah.
The
Say
claw,
the claw.
the defender, the claw. I love it. And then the clutch free throws at the finish. Yeah, did you model your free throw routine after Steph? No, because it's pretty similar.
I don't even know what his.
You don't know what he
free throw
does?
is. No.
1 dribble and fires it. I mean, it is so close to what you do.
Yeah, I don't like to do all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just too much. I like to shoot it.
Get it done.
Don't let any tension come in. Yeah. Just get it going.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fun to see the students and the rest of that section come out on the court and celebrate with you guys after the game.
Yeah, I thought you were only supposed to storm the court on a top 10 team.
Nah, top 25.
For real?
Yeah, that's a new rule. We just started it tonight.
I thought it was top 10.
Hey.
That's why, like, when I seen them storming the court, I was like, what
It's
are
okay.
you-
We can
what
do
are
that
you
here.
guys doing? Nah, but I'm glad,
Yeah.
we got them feeling like that.
So Colorado State coming up.
Yep.
Think back to playing them on the front range and what this matchup might look like.
They got something coming for them too. We need both of these wins. We're gonna come in, play hard, try to take out Roddy and Stevens out the game. Play as hard as we can, offensively and defensively, and try to rebound. And
You
just
guys
get
did.
gritty.
That's one thing I was going to touch on, the rebounding. You guys did a pretty good
Yeah.
job. I mean, you look at the numbers here. They let's see. No, you guys beat them by 1, right?
Oh, for real?
31-30.
Yeah, I think we was hitting bodies tonight.
Yeah.
Because usually we just get caught standing a lot
You guys did a great
coming
job
from the guards.
boxing out. Yeah.
So tonight we try to emphasize on hitting somebody.
I know we don't like to get too far ahead of ourselves, and Colorado State's tough, and they're here Thursday. But this win, to me, it's like a signal. There is no reason that this team can't make a run in March in Las Vegas. Have you guys started to talk about that a little bit? Like, you're building towards something?
Of course. We always talk about this. We could get the rest of these games, we feel like, just going into practice every day, trying to attack it each and every day, just get better. And I think, honestly, we keep playing the way we are, we're going to make a deep run.
Love it.
I agree.
Congratulations. Another
Thank
unbelievable
you.
performance.
Thank you.
Hey, get
Appreciate
some
it.
rest. We got one Thursday.
Thanks, Jalen.
Gotcha.
Good job, Jay.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Jalen House, Lobo point guard. Hey, fans, download the Lobo Sports app. Access exclusive content, live game broadcasts, the latest stats and scores, prizes, and much more. Download it now and go Lobos. New Mexico wins it 75-66. Jalen House with a huge performance, and as we put a ribbon on this one, definitely have to highlight some of the other stuff. You talked about Jalen Tovar playing with that tweaked ankle. Nearly pulls off a double-double, 15 points, 8 boards. The huge three that really clinched the game, took it from 3 points to 6. Jamal Mashburn Jr. was his efficient, marvelous self, 7 of 13 from the field and 1 of 2 from distance, 3 of 4 at the foul line with 18 points and 2 assists. This team is capable of doing great things down the stretch here in the final month of this season.
I mean, you give House a lot of the credit because he scored 34 points, but I tell you what, as a team, I thought, like you said, Singleton came in, played tough defense against Maldonado. Forsling came in, played tough defense against Ike. It just was a team effort, I thought. I mean, Mash is just so quiet. He gives you 18. He's always there putting the ball in the hole. This team, you could just see the growth, the maturation right before your eyes. And this is the time you want to peak in February, crawling into March.
Not too many lines for Hunter Maldonado this season are going to look like this, Hunter. He played all 40 minutes. He went 2 of 12 from the field. Did not make a 3-ball 0 for 1. 5 of 8 at the foul line. 9 points. 8 turnovers. Maldonado, Lobos got him off his game tonight.
They did, and they sent, mostly in the first half, they sent that double team over. He was slipping and falling, and he couldn't find a rhythm. And credit to the coaching staff. I thought they got New Mexico ready defensively. And like Coach said, he's been preaching at defense and rebounding. I think they did both those things tonight, and that's what gave them an opportunity to win this game.
It's a gauntlet. 48 hours. Lobos on court against Colorado State. Get the matchup with the Rams Thursday night, 7 o'clock. When they were 23rd ranked back in January, Lobos fell 80-74 at CSU. That was a great basketball game, and I fully expect another battle on Thursday night.
Yes. I just hope Tovar can get some rest because they're going to need him, and I thought he showed up in a big way here in the second half, especially after watching him just kind of limp off the court. I didn't think he was going to finish this game, but He showed up and he stuck in there, and I mean, we could have easily interviewed him. I mean, with his numbers and how he played. I mean, so now let's just hope he can get rested and be ready for Thursday.
It makes me smile to think that I asked Coach if his team was ready to win a game that kind of turned into a rock fight, and he was almost incredulous, like we haven't shown the ability. Maybe, but how do I know?
That.
Yeah.
He said,
how do I know?
Said, you asking me this question?
How do I know? They did it. They did it tonight.
And they did.
And he's been asked, can you rebound with a good rebounding team? I don't know.
Haven't seen it yet. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? He did say one thing in our pregame today. He said, we're getting better at finding a body.
Yeah.
And the thing that Jalen talked about, Jalen House in our
Finding
postgame,
bodies, yeah.
about getting caught just standing around instead of going and putting
go
a body on somebody.
You go to block out first,
Yeah.
then go get the ball, and
Yeah.
that's what they did.
Yeah. And so they hung tough in the rebounding battle. And then another thing, I said, could you possibly turn him over? Could you get Maldonado out of his game? Has anybody been able to wear him out? And he said, nobody's had any real success against that. Look what they did tonight. They turned over Maldonado 8 times, and the Lobos won the fast break points battle 15-6. I asked him if you could get out on the break. He said, no, Wyoming usually controls the tempo.
They do.
They did it.
Yeah, with steals.
Yes.
Yeah, in open court.
Crazy.
Yeah, and I think, the fans, man. The fans had a lot to do with it. I thought. And
Huge part.
Oh, it threw Wyoming off their game. But no, it's just fun to watch these guys get better and grow and have success.
Can't wait for Thursday.
I'm here.
This is awesome. Okay, our on-site engineer is Michael Carlisle. He's amazing. Mike Vitale, our producer and engineer in our studios, off the charts. Thanks to Coach Pitino, of course, pregame and postgame, and Jalen House after a tremendous performance, stepping up for us as well postgame. I'm Robert Portnoy. My partner is Hunter Green. 6:30 airtime on Thursday night, Hunter.
We'll be here.
Lobos and CSU.
See you, Rob.
All right, partner. That'll do it for us. Your final score for the final time. Again, pregame 6:30, tip 7. Be in the pit Thursday night. Be in the pit. Make it even harder for the Rams. CSU and the Lobos, 6:30 air, 7 o'clock tip. Get your tickets. Join us in the pit on Thursday night. The Lobos knock off 22nd ranked Wyoming. Final score, UNM 75, Wyoming 66. Good night, everybody.